Picture this. The wife of a bishop is missing and she's believed to be dead, and somehow the bishop is the suspect. Now, a crime psychologist is employed to unravel the case and find the bishop's wife dead or alive. Hi, guys. My name is Zoe, and you're welcome back to another episode of Reads and Laughs. In this episode, we're reviewing a book called Gaslight by Femi Kayode. The genre is thriller, crime thriller. Guys, if you've seen the series Greenleaf, you would absolutely love reading this book. I have read books, but African thriller is where it's at. I've read different genres of book, and I think I can say the thriller is fast becoming my favorite. The author Femi Kayode, his writing style, he's very vivid. I enjoyed. I don't think I've enjoyed reading a book recently as much as I enjoyed reading Gaslight by Femi Kayode. He painted pictures, like his style of writing is my cup of tea. I absolutely loved reading his work. Now into the book. The characters, the three major characters that stood out for me: the bishop's wife, the bishop, that's Shadi Dawodu, the bishop himself, and then the crime psychologist that was investigating the case. Have you seen a story where a dead person opens the story like she is foreshadowing her death? Like she's literally placing the bits like it's like a con and the chicken is following it. Would literally followed her steps up until when her body was found. Picture that. It was the experience was so exhilarating. I had so much fun reading this book. I loved the characters. The Shadida Odu was such a complex character. She is dogged. She did have a lot of baggages, mental and emotional. She was seeing a psychiatrist for a bit. She was on mental health medications. It's just like a kid that's troubled. I think she was raised mostly by a single mother of affluence, and you could just trace somehow a theme in the book addressed mental health challenges and how people navigate different things, and how some people navigate grief, some people navigate anxiety. It's just a theme. The theme really anchored somewhere around mental health and mental health struggles, and how if it's not dealt with properly, or if you don't pay attention to your mental health, you could go through life just being kind of skewed. So this was the character we were dealing with, the Shade Dawodu. She was quite troubled. She had a lot of pain to carry, a very loving mother. Oh my god, like she foreshadowed her death. She married the bishop. She was married to the bishop, and not knowing that there was a lot of skeletons, people. I think it kind of gave rise to topics around religion and faith, and some things that goes on behind the scenes of faith and the religion being presented. Because I think for me, people do not understand that when it comes to religion and faith, there's a very human part to it. So people always have this expectation that once it's church, once it's religious in a way, then it has to be perfect. It has to be without human faults. But that is naive. And you're kind of setting yourself up to be heartbroken. You're setting yourself up to be bamboozled and probably hurt beyond repair in a way. Because anything that kind of involves humans can be flawed in a way, like very flawed. So I think Shade Dawodu went into the marriage with the bishop not knowing that there's a lot behind the scenes that could be going on, and so the story just unraveled in a way where she was dead, but she was leading us to the point of her death. Yeah, that's the writing style the author used. Like I said, it's my cup of tea. Now, another very interesting character was the crime psychologist. Oh, he's my favorite. He has such a wonderful family, his wife, his kids, There was also a theme of self-love where the daughter had to buy bleaching. She was stealing because they relocated from the States and they came to Nigeria to probably reconnect with their roots. And the daughter is now in a school where people are calling her Blackie. So there's a thing around colorism and all of that. And then she was, for the first time in her life, she's stealing so she could buy bleaching creams. So these are things that they also give a theme about parenting. So they're such great parents. So the crime psychologist had this situation with his daughter, and I think he's easily my favorite character. The wit, the excellence, the smartness. My goodness, I mean, I think he was brought into the case by his sister. There's a member of the church in the bid to exonerate their bishop. They want to clear his name and all of that. And then his sister was friends with the bishop's dead wife. And deep down inside of her, she wanted the case to be unraveled so they can understand what really, really went wrong. Somewhere in the story, we found out that the bishop's wife was actually having an affair with someone. It's, oh my god, nah. The read was exhilarating. Everybody needs to grab a copy and just chill and read the book. It opens your mind. It gives you things about, you get to understand how the central intelligence works in a little way. You also understand psychology in the course of reading the book, and you get to be surprised. And then it's a lot of foreshadowing. I had a great time. And my last character, I will say he's my least favorite. The bishop is one very interesting man. He could pass for a drug lord, a cartel lord, something. The charisma, you would never see him coming. You would never, like, he's unfazed. He has so much faith in God. It's crazy I'm saying this, but he has so much faith in God. He has so much faith in power. He had so much faith in being able to talk. I think it's a gift to be able to talk to people and they just follow you. I think these things worked for him. But for some reason, the police had every reason to believe that he's the suspect or he was the one that murdered his wife. But he didn't do it. But the craziest part in the book was when there was videos of the bishop and his other pastors surrounding the wife, like she was naked, and the bishop and his other men were, I think they were taking turns with his dead wife before she died. She had to deal with crazy things. And imagine being told, oh, she's sick, she has mental health issues, she has psychiatric issues, she keeps losing the baby, is affecting her. So the whole world just believes, oh, the bishop's wife is struggling, she's young, she's dealing with a lot of things while he's killing her soul behind the scenes. So it's like, it's so deep. It is deep. It's very challenging. I think it was a very, very challenging read. And I think it's such an excellent body of work. And I do love the themes that were explored. I do love the conversations that it started in me personally as an individual. It gave me a lot to think about. It gave me a lot to just think about the fact that, charm and all that stuff, where there's so much more to life. Life is deep. It's deep as heck. And yeah, there's so much to the book. And I think I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I think you guys should go grab a copy of Gaslight by Femi Kayode and just have a great time, because even in a way, and it also revealed the way that money and power protects people. Because in all of the bishop's doing, he got away with it. And it's not just in the way where he got away with it, that, or the police couldn't do anything, because the police already had a tip. They had tips because his wife, like I said, foreshadowed her killing. She kind of understood the kind of person that she was dealing with, and she knew she was not going to come out alive. She knew she was not going to come out. She knew that she was definitely going to end up dead. So she was foreshadowing everything and just leaving bits and pieces to the point where they will find her body. Excellent stuff. But he got away with it in the sense where this power, this money with an ex-wife in the States, bruh. There's so much to the book, and I think it's one of the best things I've read in the past few months, and I would absolutely recommend that everybody go read Gaslight by Femi Kayode. Thanks for watching today's episode of Reads and Laughs. Follow us on our YouTube channel, on all our social media platforms, on TikTok and Instagram. And I'll see you in another episode.